Hey everyone, it's Troy. Welcome back to Winging It Waterfowl. Appreciate y'all tuning in again. Just wanted to come on here and do a little introduction for the episode. We're going to keep rolling with these, see how they do. Um, I hope everyone, first off, had a great and wonderful Christmas, safe holiday. Hope everyone got to spend some good time with some family and friends. This was my on-call year for this holiday for Christmas, so I ended up working quite a bit on Christmas Eve. It was pretty hectic day. Had to go run to the nearest town or city here, pick up Sam's order for church breakfast on Sunday that I'm cooking. So I had to put that order in, ran there, got back. It's about a hour and a half, 2 hour round trip to go to Amarillo for me. Um, did that, got to the church. As soon as I dropped off the groceries there, I got called into work, ended up getting home, worked a couple hours, 4 or 5 hours there. As soon as I got home, I rushed through a shower and made it with about 5 minutes to spare to the Christmas Eve candlelight service. Got to make it to that to get to watch my oldest daughter sing in that. So by the skin of my teeth, but I made it. So Christmas Eve was hectic. And then we got to do Christmas Eve at my in-laws. That was nice to get to spend some family time there. And then today's Christmas. We've had a great day. Woke up this morning. Had a new twist of events. Kids got up early, but they stayed in their room and did not come and get us till 8:30. We were starting to wonder, starting to worry about them a little bit. But we had a great Christmas this morning. Me and my wife and the kids, just us. Opened presents here and hung out. Everyone had a good time. And then around noon, we went back to my in-laws and spent some time over there with family and hung out with them all day. Blake, we kind of, with the holidays, was kind of hectic, so Blake's not making it on tonight. He is working in the morning, so it's a little late for him by the time I'm getting this recorded. This week, we did have a great episode. We had Dylan Kletsch from TFS Cableworks. Dylan's a great guy. It was a lot of fun talking to him. He grew up in Wisconsin, from that area. Told us all about hunting up there, how he got into it a little later in life, not as late as, like me and Blake, but got into it a little later in life. Tell us about that. Told us all about getting TFS Cableworks started. He's been doing this since, I think he said September, so he's still pretty new. If y'all haven't heard of him, go check him out. He is TFS Cableworks on Shopify, and all social medias is where you can find him at. It was like I said, really great conversation with him. One thing that he forgot to mention that he told us that we could go ahead and let y'all know about is, in the interview, he didn't get to mention his bear sling, BARE, bear sling for the guns. It's kind of that minimalist style thing, sling for your gun, and then the timber sling, which is the little ones that go in the end of your swivel, that have a swivel on the end for like hanging on timber straps. Like I use the Avian X pole. Blake uses the Hella Dry pole, stuff like that. It's a little deal of cable that hooks on the end. So he does have those, and then the turkey sling should be out as well. So I don't have pictures of the turkey sling, but I know he did just post that one, so you can check his stuff out, and then I'll be posting pictures of the timber and the bear slings as well. Also, again, check us out. Give us a follow on Spotify, Apple, wherever you catch it. We're also on YouTube. And if y'all could just leave us some comments, leave us a review, make sure and subscribe. It's really helping us out. Kind of lets us know which direction is working, which isn't. Let us know what you think. Shoot me an email, wingingitwaterfowl@gmail.com. On TikTok, let Blake know. Instagram and Facebook, let me know. We're trying to produce a good show for you. Like I said, we're not anything big and fancy. This is just us doing what we love to do, trying to make it work. And we want to put out a quality product for you. If you have any guests that y'all want to hear from, or subjects y'all want to hear about, let me know. We're open. We are always wanting to find new people to talk to, new things to talk about, new things to learn. We're open to anything. Constructive criticism is welcome. But yeah, everything y'all do, liking, subscribing, commenting, all that really does help us out and lets us know where the best place to post our stuff is, the best direction to move. So really helps us out if y'all can go do that. Other than that, man, I hope everyone had a great Christmas. Like I said, I hope you have a safe New Year's and a safe holiday season going throughout. And we will see y'all next week. I hope y'all really enjoy this episode. I know I enjoyed talking to Dylan, so appreciate y'all for tuning back in. With that, we will go ahead and jump right in. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Winging It Waterfowl. I'm your host, Troy Miller. With me is my other host and main man, Blake Horton. And then tonight we have special guest, Dylan Kletsch with TFS Cableworks.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Appreciate you coming on tonight. So you started TFS Cableworks, what did you say, about a year ago? Or is this, I know you said this first year.
Yeah, it's my first year. I started right before teal season here in Wisconsin. So that opens up September for our teal, and I'd probably say like 2 or 3 weeks before that I pulled the trigger on it.
Oh, wow. So it is new.
Yep. But
yeah.
I'm excited. It's been fun so far, meeting everybody and building a bunch of stuff. Way more than I thought I would. So
that's awesome. Well, before we dive into all that, kind of just introduce yourself to us, tell you who you are, what you do, where you're from, all that. Anything else you want us to know about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm from southern Wisconsin, right between, almost smack dab between Milwaukee and Madison, here in Wisconsin. And I just love waterfowl hunting. It was, I got into it late. I got into it probably 15, 16, which I guess I would consider late compared to a lot of people that I know. And that I felt set back from that, but that's all right. And I'm enjoying it now. It's been fun. So yeah, I'm just making waterfowl gear now. It's I kept running into problems with the gear I was having, not liking it, and I just felt like I could come up with something better. So I did some research, found some products that I liked, found some options I liked, and kind of ran with those.
So did you intend on starting this as a business, or was this just kind of started out as a hobby for like you yourself, some friends, family kind of deal?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. It really started out more as it didn't even start out as a business idea, honestly. It started out as, I started a little, I wouldn't even call it I don't even know what I would call it, but I just decided to make a few YouTube videos. I came up with the name, The Fowl Syndicate. I wanted something my kids could look back at, and if they just wanted to watch me hunt, and it was just something I would throw onto YouTube, and if they wanted to watch it, they could. It was there for them to watch. I hunt with my father-in-law quite a bit, so that was important to me that my son and my daughter, growing up, would be able to watch those videos as they grow older if they're interested. So a real close friend of mine, Kyle, he doesn't even hunt, but we've been real close buddies. He kind of talked me into the business side of things. So really encouraged me to step out of my comfort zone and just kind of do it. And that's kind of where it all started.
Awesome. You said you were 15 or 16. Who got you started into waterfowl?
It was a buddy in high school that I don't even talk to him really anymore. We just kind of grew apart in life and had kids at different times. And that part is kind of a bummer, but for better or worse, it started out, he kind of showed me the ropes, and thankfully he showed me an ethical way to hunt. He didn't show me the wrong way as kids in high school. And, I'm really glad for that. And my father-in-law, he really wasn't waterfowl hunting much anymore. And after I had been into it for a few years, didn't really have anybody to go with. And he kind of took me under his wing and showed me, it was just so fun hearing some of the stories he had growing up. He grew up hunting, so it's fun to hear the story. It's still fun to hear the stories he tells. It's just a good time.
Now, did you, outside of waterfowl hunting, did you do any other hunting growing up before that or during that time?
I didn't, no. So I love the aspect of being able to just kind of hang out and talk, and some things might work one day and they might not the next day. That was just super cool to me. It kept me on my toes for a few years, and it still does. I'll be honest. I still can't get past it, but
I think that's one of our biggest deals when we ask people that question. A lot of us started
Me and Troy, as well as most of the people we talk to, they start as deer hunters, and they're like, "What's the biggest thing?" They're like, "Man, we get to talk. We ain't got to
Yeah.
sit in the stand and be quiet for
Yep.
4 or 5 hours. We can sit there and talk, and then birds come in, you stop talking, shoot, and you start talking again."
Yep. Yeah. It was weird because I had a period of time where I didn't have anybody to hunt with, but I really wanted to hunt and I didn't know what to do. So I would, very fond memory, but I would take my little sister. She's 8 years younger than I am. I would make her come and sit on the shoreline while I just threw some decoys out in a terrible spot, probably 100 yards from the boat launch that I launched from now, almost every day in the season. Had no clue what I was doing, but I was just happy to be out there.
Did you kill
Um,
birds?
no, nope,
Oh,
not at all.
let's say if you kill
So
birds, it's stupid. If
yeah,
it's stupid, it works. It ain't stupid.
yeah, no,
But
it wasn't a successful hunt for me, but I'm glad I stuck with it through those years, and I've got a small, tight group of friends that I can hunt with now, and it's cool.
was that public land that y'all started out on, or was this like family or the friend that got you started? Did he have private or?
Yeah, the friend that got me started had access to a lot of private land, so I guess I was spoiled with that for that first year or two I hunted with him. So that was pretty cool, but I've been hunting public land ever since. I live about 10 minutes from a pretty big marsh. Um, you got to get there a day early if you want to find a spot, type of
Oh
deal. I,
wow,
I like to
yeah.
say everybody in the state comes to this specific marsh. So
Now, the hunting that you do up there in your area, is it mostly marsh, or do you hunt a lot of rivers and lakes, any big water, stuff like that, any fields?
um, I I specifically hunt just marsh. We have we have a lot of rivers. You got to pay to play in those. Um, you got to pay to launch. So it's kind of like I'm gonna go play in the marsh. Just more to explore in my eyes, and I really enjoy it. So
Is it mostly boat access that you do?
yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I haven't really had luck. There's a marsh called Horicon Marsh just a little north of us, and a lot of guides and stuff have leased the properties up. So it's real hard to get private fields and stuff around me. So you're kind of on a river in some potholes and anywhere you can find. But there's plenty of
Okay.
marsh by me, so I'm not complaining about that.
What kind of boats are y'all running?
There's a lot of mud boats, obviously. I run an Alumacraft. Um, Bought it used. Just I started out in my father-in-law's grandpa's boat. It would flex as you were coming down the river with a 25 horse outboard on it, and then it turned into, hey, I've got a few extra dollars. I'll see what I can buy, and it's kind of built up from there. So now I run a 16-foot Alumacraft um with like a 40 backwater on it. So it's a real nice upgrade for me.
Did you grow up in that area, or did you move there? Where did you grow up at?
Yeah, I grew up here in Watertown. I left for a few years with my now wife. We moved out towards Milwaukee for a while during college, and now we're back here, got kids, and we're talking about moving again. But it's hard to move away from the marsh, so it's
Yeah.
definitely you know something I'm considering. Being 10 minutes away, it's just tough. So
Do you do any other hunting currently, or are you still just sticking with waterfowl?
I'm so obsessed with waterfowl, guys. It's nuts. I just that's the other reason I started this business is all year long. I'm just watching videos and tinkering with my boat and anything I can, just moving decoys, whether it's just moving them around the house and just wasting time probably, but it's all I think about. So um, yeah.
Awesome. Uh, why don't you kind of jump into how TFS got started? Like, what was the drive behind that? I know you said kind of having some gear issues. What made you land on using cable?
Yeah. I tried the paracord stuff. I tried, I had some cloth pipe lanyards. I love hunting in the rain. I save all my PTO for hunting the crappiest weather that I can find in the season, and that's when I take my days off. So I always hated the heavy when it got wet and heavy, just hanging on your neck. I couldn't stand it. So originally, I had found a croc-like material that I wanted to use, and I knew I didn't want to use the paracord more because I don't have the patience to figure out how to tie all the knots. It's just not. Um, it's way beyond me. I'll be honest. They're cool lanyards. They're awesome lanyards. But I knew I couldn't. I couldn't even exist in that area. But I saw a few of the cable options out there, and I thought that was super cool. And I'm kind of a do-it-myself guy anyway, and I figured, you know what, I'll sit down for a few weeks and order some random parts and see if I can put something together. I was taking pieces off like my wife's purse to try to put a lanyard together, and took a picture of it and sent it to some friends. And I didn't make them wear it, obviously, but you know, the idea was in the right spot, and it kind of just took off from there. So I got my first out of state order shortly after that, which was really cool. Didn't even think, wasn't expecting that. I just thought, you know, I could talk a few buddies into giving me a couple bucks. So, but yeah, it's been flying now. We're the game totes are probably our more popular item. I sell a ton of those. So, and I use them too. I think they're important to me. Respecting the animal is a big thing, and you know, for years it was toss them on the ground, and they get kind of kicked around on the floor. They're all muddy by the time you get them back, and you know whatnot after you're done picking up and stuff. So I like having them off the floor. It's, you know, just something. It's a level of respect for me with the game. So
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, machinery and equipment wise, was it quite an undertaking to get into that, or?
No, thankfully you could, you know, my friend Kyle that I mentioned before, he had his grandfather was moving, and he gave me some parts from his garage, and I had obviously some other tools, but that kind of started, hey, what can I do with this? And with some of my newer products, I'm picking up more machinery. You know, they're small, you know, presses and cutters and whatnot, but you know, I'm starting to invest more and more money into it now.
Yeah, and I know when you were talking, so this is kind of still a side gig. Are you looking to ramp up, or just kind of keeping it where it's at this point for a little while?
You know, obviously, in a perfect world, I think it would be cool if it could pay the bills. I don't know. I really don't even know how an off season is going to look yet, so I could potentially not see an order for a few months, but I don't know what that looks like yet. And you know, it'd be cool if I could make it work like that. But for now, if it can help fund the sport and fund me, I do a lot of I like to do a lot of volunteering, and I like to do a lot of giving back and donating. I've donated so much product, probably way more than I've made. I've donated already. It's just super important to me to give back. So
Is that through like Delta and DU, or local charities, or what are you talking about?
Delta? Yeah, so I'm doing a Delta this year. I've been a part of, you know, all those. We have a Wisconsin Waterfowl Association that I've been a part of. One thing I started right when I did the TFS stands for the Fowl Syndicate. AI helped that because I don't have a super great imagination, but one of the first things I did, and it was really important to me, was we signed up for a highway cleanup, and we did that. That was one of the first things we did. And I thought that was just important to go and show my kids, you know, we give back. And I tried to do it in an area close to the marsh. It just felt really good. It was really fun. We had so much fun doing it. And we've done it twice this year already. It kind of closes down in the winter. They don't want you on the side of the highway. They don't want a bunch of people picking up garbage when there's, you know, a foot of snow. But
yeah, it's one of those things we kind of forget about down where we're from. You know,
yeah,
we get snow or ice. You know, more ice than snow mostly, but then
yeah,
Blake
we'll
don't
be
get
back
none
at
anymore.
Yeah, they had this snowed last year. It snowed Oh man, it snowed a lot, and it's the
Yeah.
first time it snowed in Louisiana in probably like 15 years.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I mean, it was like I'm central Louisiana. It was from like to me all the way down to the coast and all the way into Florida. I mean, I
Oh
have
wow.
a stepbrother that lives in Florida, and they got like 6 to 10 inches of snow.
Jeez. Yeah, that's a lot even up here.
Now,
But yeah,
you said
Yeah.
that with doing your highway cleanups and volunteering, is that you and your family, or do you have your buddies that help you with that, or how are y'all doing that?
yeah, man. I anybody I can get talking to doing it, I'll talk into doing it. It's super important to me. That's super important to me. I just donated a lot to an archery club that's probably a couple hundred miles to me, but um they're getting kids into hunting, and I think that's important. I didn't have that option growing up, and if I can give back in that manner, I'm going to, even if it costs me, a little extra money, and I've got to eat that, and that's all right. But yeah, we talk. We had probably 5 or 6 family members, and a couple buddies that I hunt with came out too, and helped with the highway cleanup. So it was cool. We all had a lot of fun.
That's
A lot
great.
more fun than I was expecting. So
Do y'all have pretty good amount of family there around y'all still?
yeah, we're blessed with a nice family, so no complaints there.
And you said your father-in-law still hunts with you. Did he? You said he grew up hunting before y'all started hunting together?
Yeah, he grew up hunting with his dad and his grandpa, and um, we've got the Horicon Marsh. I know I mentioned that before, but that's just a massive marsh. You can get out in the middle of it and um, not see anything as far as landmarks for a really long time. And just hearing some of the stories, I could listen to it all day. Some of the hunting stories are just impressive to me. So, and I'm excited to give that to my kids too. Having hopefully he's around long enough that they can go out and hunt with their grandpa, and that's important to me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do y'all have any kind of age requirements up there for when children are allowed to start hunting? I know some states
Oh
have
man,
like apprentice programs or mirroring programs or whatever they call them. But I wasn't sure up there if they do
yeah,
or
I
not.
think we have like a mentor type thing. I
That's
know
word,
with
yeah.
deer hunting, I feel like kids get out a little earlier. Um, I'll be honest with you, I haven't looked at it yet because my son's only 4. I bring him with me, while we went on our first hunt this year, but I haven't looked into it too far yet. But
Okay. Yeah, I know some states have that mentor program and everything. Oklahoma and Texas, I know, don't. It's a hunter safety program or having someone with you
yeah,
kind of at your discretion. My family, we've always done like 10 years old.
okay, yeah, I
You
think
can
it's
kind of go before that, but we just are, the way we do it is once you're 10 years old, then you can hunt.
yeah, I think like something about 12 stands out to me, but I don't know the exact law on it per se. But
How's your boy liking it, getting out there?
oh, he's loving it, man. It's so cool. I don't want to force him to do it, and I just want to let him. If he likes it, he likes it. But he had so much fun, man. It was so cool to be out there with him and my father-in-law, and just be out there. And some birds worked that day, which was pretty cool. So um, I'm just super blessed to have that moment, and I hope there's a lot more next year. So
Yeah. You gotten him a call in his hand or anything yet?
yeah, I threw the lanyard at him, and while we were driving the boat out there, just let him. He's just hollering, and same thing when we were hunting. What's the worst that happens, right? So
Yeah.
we were having a tough year already. So
How's the
Well, talking about
the hunt
yeah,
you said's been? No, go ahead, Blake.
that's what I was about to just ask. Talking about hunting, how's y'all season? Your season's over, right?
yeah, it goes September 2nd. It starts early, or teal season, and goose season starts at the same time, and then it goes, I believe, until like December 6th for regular season. Our state is split in half. So if you play your cards right, when we have our split in the middle, you can go to the north because they had theirs the week before. So
Yeah.
if you play your cards right, you can hunt pretty much the whole time. And then
How was
goose season, I think, ends in like another week or so, like January 2nd.
Gotcha. How was your season, G? Y'all,
Oh,
you said y'all had problems finding birds.
it was rough. I thought it was teal season. It was rough. I couldn't find them. I tried to stay where I kind of knew where I've hit birds in the past, and it just didn't work out for me this season. I'd go out on any different weather type of day, whether it's sunny, windy, stormy. I'd convince myself that they were gonna be there, and they weren't. So, and then when regular season came around, I thought this is gonna be the change I need, and I can hit these big birds, and they weren't around either. So, yeah, it's kind of a bummer, but had a few good hunts in there. I took my sister out for the first time on my boat this year, that same marsh I used to drag her out to, and I had a pretty good hunt that time. And then I had my son out, like I mentioned, and I met up with a few people that also run small businesses here in Wisconsin in the waterfowl industry, kind of getting to know them, and it's kind of been a year of meeting new people and just trying new things. So
now, I know you said you're probably not going to hit much goose. Do you do much goose hunting up there, or do you mostly just stick to duck?
yeah, that's something my father-in-law and myself bicker about constantly. Is I never bring the geese because they just take up so much room, and every time he's like, "You should bring those geese," and I never do. And if we see a goose, it's kind of just something we laugh about for the rest of the hunt. But the marsh I hunt, they'll fly over you. You can pull a goose or two out if it's maybe you have a single come through, you'll get them. But if not, good luck. You got to be on a field. And then towards the end of the season, I mean, this last weekend, I went out, found everything's frozen here. So I found a little little stream. I kicked them out when we were going in. I think my father-in-law's like 55, maybe, give or take. And, he's hustling up this creek bed with me. We walk up the creek. So it's kind of cool to see what he can, he's keeping up with me, and just cool to see that, by itself. He just really gets after it for the chase of the birds. It's just so cool to see, I guess. But yeah, him and I got out on a hunt on that creek, kicked some geese out, and then we had a couple of flocks come through kind of mid-morning, pulled one out, ended up sailing one, which he did, I should say. But good hunt, fun. It's always fun to be there. We had more ducks than I've seen all season land in our spread. They were coming in by the dozen almost. We were standing there. We had nothing behind, nothing in front of us. We walked in, and no cover, and man, the birds were just dumping in. I couldn't believe it. So they're here
crazy
now.
How that works sometimes.
Yeah, it was nuts.
I know y'all freeze up a lot. Y'all actually freeze up there, but it feels like y'all's season ends so early.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. It's a pain point up here for sure. Of everybody wants to move the dates, and some years it works out fine. Other years it's tough. You're done hunting the marsh by our deer season lands right about Thanksgiving, so you typically get a few weeks, and that's it.
Do you get to travel much or at all, or geographically, are you close to anywhere that you can go out of state with a better spread on season for you?
I've growing up, getting into it a little late, I didn't have those core buddies that hunted, so I didn't have those friends that, let's go out of state, let's go here and try it. The older I get and starting this business, I've made some really good connections. So I see that in my future, getting out and, hunting different states. I'm really excited to, but at this point I haven't. I know it sounds real silly, but I've been around the state hunting. But it's hard when I have a marsh 10 minutes from my house, and I know I can normal year, I can go and hit some birds and be home by 10 o'clock, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. If you got a good spot, they're
Yeah.
within a decent distance. It's hard to get away from that.
Yeah. Our biggest marsh in the state, Horicon Marsh, I believe it's our biggest marsh rather. That's 20 minutes from my house. So I've got some options, you know. So yeah, it's hard to go far. I'd love to get up to the Mississippi. I go ice fishing up there, but I've never duck hunted it. So that's kind of my first step, I think, before I go out of state.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
I
that'd
wish
be
I
pretty
wish
cool.
we had that problem.
My problem
didn't-
is it's almost an hour anywhere I want to go.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
Yeah.
our season don't start till late. I mean, y'all are halfway through y'all season before ours even starts.
Yeah.
So we don't
I
start
didn't
till
even-
middle of November.
That's so crazy. I didn't even realize that starting the business, I thought as soon as our season closed, I wouldn't hear from anybody until next summer maybe. And I've been busier this month than ever. So
Yeah. Between you kind of hitting that mid to late season for most people, and then holidays. I'm sure that's probably true.
Yep.
So with getting into these lanyards, was once you actually kind of started the business aspect of it, kind of gearing up for that, did you plan on kind of venturing out into other stuff, or were you just planning on sticking with just the lanyards?
yeah, I wanted to do anything waterfowl. I wanted to do anything I could that had to do with the birds, and the lanyards was my initial point of the kind of the problem I wanted to fix. And I felt like I came up with some good solutions. I know we've talked in the past, here and there about some of the new products I'm using, and I'm excited about it. It took a long time. I worked with a guy that did some leather, but I'll say, man, there are some guys that are doing leather work out there for lanyards that are just way beyond anything I could ever even put together myself. I originally wanted to do, some sort of leather work, but that waterproof, strong, paired with the cable was super important to me. So when I finally found this, I found this biophane. It's kind of like a seatbelt material on the inside, and then it's got a rubber coat on the outside. Every inch is about 1,000 pounds breaking point, and then the cable I use is about 480 pounds. So it's strong cable, strong gear, I guess I should say. You're not going to break it. It'll break at the crimps, I guess, here and there, a crimp will pull, but there's no real getting around that at the end of the day. And then I kind of expanded to the game totes. I just kind of, doing my research, realized that that's, they were selling, and I can make those and just try to put my own spin on things. I don't want to copy somebody and do exactly what somebody else is doing. So that was important to me too. Just kind of
Being original.
yeah, staying a little different than everybody, and whether it's just doing an extra clip or a different clip somewhere along the way, that was important to me. So.
Now, how many different kind of prototypes do you have to go through before you landed on something you liked?
Oh man, hundreds probably. I'd buy a cable at 150, came in 150-foot rolls. I've probably gone through like 10 or 15 of them.
Oh wow.
Just ripping through them. Yeah, you go through them quick, it doesn't seem like much, but you're probably pulling out 3-4 feet every lanyard, maybe 5. So it adds up.
Are you able to source your materials for that coated cable pretty easily, or do you have to order from way out?
Yeah, I have to order it. It took me a while to find something I like, because obviously I could just go on Amazon and pick the cheapest thing and make a buck, but I don't think that's right. So it was really important for me to find something that I think would stand for a long time, and that was good and kind of still flexible but strong, and just looked good. So it took a while to find that. I found it, and I'm going to stick with it. So I've been selling out of brown. The brown cable has been super hot lately, and I ran out. I had some orders, and I get excited when I order stuff. I hate waiting for it. And Amazon, not Amazon, who was it? FedEx had pushed one of my orders back for like 3 days, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna go ahead and I drove like 2 hours from my house to source this cable locally, just so I could come back and build the, And I texted the guy. I said, hey man, I didn't I didn't really tell him that, but um, more or less words. I said, I wanted to make sure I got this to you, and he said, you could have waited. So whatever. I get excited. I'd rather have it out the door.
That's good to see you're
that's just me.
passionate about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have problems with hardware, like landing on what you wanted to use hardware wise?
Yeah. Yeah. I mentioned Amazon before because I found you can source through Amazon and you can buy in bulk through there. So you kind of find yes, it's Amazon, but you're using they're kind of a distribution point of the whole thing, because I can buy in bulk. I buy my crimps and stuff.
They've got those shop programs and stuff. I know through a lot of that different stuff that's not, Prime owned and everything.
Yeah. So it's been just during the holidays has been kind of weird, but I think, I'll just stock up better now that I know what I know, and I'll just plan for it,
So what all products have you got available right now wise, like different styles? I know you've got the game totes, you've got the lanyards. Kind of walk us through what all do you do have currently?
Yeah. So, yep, like you mentioned, I've got the bear lanyards that are just the cable all the way around with some drops, and I can customize it however you guys want. I'm kind of goofy. I'll just show you what I've got here, but I've got like the brown main line that runs the whole length of it, but then I made like orange drops, and then I've got green call drops. I just, to me, there's something about that if I can, do that for somebody, it's cool to have different gear, in my opinion, something that doesn't look like it came off the shelf at Cabela's. So I've got that option in my, obviously all my gear, but I make the bear lanyard. I make call it the handler. It's just got a remote drop. It's kind of just got the two drops, like a whistle and a remote. I've got game totes, turkey tote. That was kind of just working with local people that do those things that had a need for, some of these different products. So, but lanyards so I've got like a leather lanyard. I've got my biothane lanyard, and then a bear lanyard right now as well.
So with you moving into this biothane, have you had to kind of retrofit any machinery or anything, or are you able to use stuff you've already got?
That's where I had to buy a lot of new stuff, new presses, cutters. Because again, I want to do it the right way. I don't want to shortcut any of it. That's important to me. So I want to find the tool. There's hand tools, but there's also presses that are very, they're going to be consistent every time. So
yes,
that's what I'm looking for when I'm building this gear. And that way I can pre-make some things. It just makes the turnaround time a little quicker. Saves me a couple hours. And then when I'm bored and have nothing going on, I can come down here and do my thing,
With that biothane, kind of walk us through your advantages of that, and kind of explain to us why it is that you're excited about moving into offering that.
I've got a scrap piece. It took me forever. Like I said, the kind of prototype that I had was actually a crock-like material. It would still break. There was nothing holding it together. You can rip a crock apart if you're really, if it got a cut in it, it would rip apart. Then I moved to the leather for a little bit. And then I found that I knew there had to be something out there. I just couldn't find it ever. I searched for, day and night forever, it felt like. And one day I just stumbled upon it. I wanted something that was strong, and that's the biothane. So super flexible. And like I said, it's got that seat belt material, that like woven nylon in the center. and then it just feels good around the neck. That was another thing, like that some of that leather and the paracord always bothered me. It just, I don't know, just didn't feel comfortable at some point. So kind of comfort, strength, and durability was important to me.
With the biothane, that's a waterproof material, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
When
Yeah.
you go to put like your ends and your holes and stuff like that, is there a way of waterproofing that, or do you have any problems with it absorbing water through the ends or anything that you've noticed so
Yeah.
far?
I'm testing that stuff out yet. I've got some paints that the company sells that they encourage you. A lot of craft people and people that are using this biothane use it for like dog collars and stuff, like a waterproof dog collar. It's really nice to the touch, but they encourage you painting they sell like an acrylic paint to paint the end to kind of seal that up. I bought some. I've got a few lanyards here that I'm working on for family right now and just kind of test pieces. And it didn't really turn out the way I thought it would. I bought exactly kind of what they recommended, and I don't know what I'm going to do there yet, but I'm hoping these clean cuts that I'm using now, if you were to cut it with a scissors, it's going to fray. You're going to see the fray at the end, like you would if you were to cut any sort of cloth, but that's still a work in progress. So
That's one
but I'll
thing
figure it out.
I was wondering is if you will like branch out and do dog collar stuff with it or stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. We've been talking about it. I like to, I don't hunt with a dog just because I didn't grow up with it, and I didn't really have the time to properly train a dog after, between school and stuff. But I just am my own dog. I'll go out there and jump in the water if I need to. But yeah, I think something I've really been cooking on is I want to come up with. I don't hunt timber, so again, I don't know some of these things, but kind of a tree strap that I can put some sort of big, because I can get different widths of this strap. I can go up to like I think 2 inches, so I can punch a pretty good hole in the center of it and make some, kind of like a bigger version of a belt, and then I can just have something around the tree with like different hook points or different, whether you can hook your call drops or I don't know, just stuff like that. My brain's always turning at night, so
Yeah, with using that coated cable and moving into biothane, I mean, waterfowl and dog training and turkey and all that stuff, man, your possibilities are probably limitless.
Oh,
yeah,
A
they
lot of
are.
different stuff you can do.
It's
only your
it's just coming up
imagination
with a
hindering
good
you, kind of
design.
thing.
Yeah, and it's trying to find something that's a little different than some people are doing, and I couldn't sleep when I found this biothane. I ordered it, and I was up writing in a notebook all night long of just drawing little dumb pictures, trying to figure it out and how I wanted to build it. And I'm super excited about this product. I don't see a lot of guys using it, so I think it's different. I think it's different enough where I feel comfortable.
I
trying
can't say
new
that I've
things.
seen anyone use it outside of commercial kind of stuff. Big box store stuff. That's about the only place I've ever seen the biothane before.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
Which is why I couldn't find it for half my duck season.
Now, ordering that, are you have any problems with getting that in, or are you able to find a pretty good source to get it?
Yeah, I've got a good source. They must be close to me because I can get it in like 48 hours from when I order it. So,
wow,
real quick. I'm working with them now. There's a company that Biothane themselves kind of boots everybody to, but there's a different company where you can get stuff printed on it. And I think one of you might have been in a live that I was doing on TikTok not long ago, but I talked about possibly getting the trying to get that Sitka pattern, on. I thought would be on there. I like that camo pattern a lot, so I thought it'd be cool to get some sort of that pattern put on.
Yeah.
But it's I'm in the talks with that right now with them. That's the hardest part with there's so many options. I can get any color. It's like, do I have to stock,
every color?
every color, probably not, but that's what I do with the cable. I have every color I can think of, and some of it sells, some of it doesn't. And,
Yeah, I'm
Did
excited
you
to
have
see
to
that.
buy a lot of that bio thing? Like when you buy it, how much do you have to buy it once?
I've been buying just because I don't even have pictures on the website yet. On my website, I've been buying like 25-foot rolls, so probably got about 100 feet of biothane. It comes in different. There's so many different options. You can get thicker stuff, thinner stuff. I bought some thicker stuff that I thought I would like, and I thought having it a little heavier would be nice. And I'm kind of liking the thinner stuff. It feels better. So unfortunately, because you cut the roll up, you kind of just have to eat through it at that point. It's, just costs of doing business. But
Yeah, I bet you'll figure something out that you can use it for.
yeah, we'll figure something out. Just
So if somebody wants to
we'll get there.
custom order a color, that it's not gonna be like you're having to order 100 foot of it, or
Yeah, if they order like a custom color, if it's real custom, they want like a super custom print, I have to order 100 feet of it. If it's just
Okay.
like a different color, I can order as small as 25 feet. So,
okay.
which I don't mind doing. It's I wouldn't charge anything extra for that. Obviously, I think if I can get some sort of Sitka pattern or just something that's not out there right now, I would have to pay a little more because it's a special build just for my business at that point. So I think those products might cost a couple more bucks on the website, but I do my best to keep it reasonable. There's a couple guys out there that work with these cables, and the pricing, that was another thing that it just bothered me. I mean, over $100 for a lanyard, and I know how much they've got into it. It's not that much, and I don't feel like
Yeah.
you need to do that to people, So
Now, is this cable that you're using? I haven't got to get my hands on it yet. That stuff that you sent us.
yeah.
Is it kind of the same coated cable style as decoy riggings?
Yeah. Yep. In fact, my first few builds were the Heyday cable. Just because I don't know, I run some of their decoys and I like the way they're
That's the same
styled.
with us, yeah. I
yeah,
ordered that
like
kit and I made my own. I
Yep.
was telling Blake, I said the one thing that sucks about using that is I don't even want to bring my decoys that I haven't got those on yet because I just hate dealing with that
Yeah.
memory of them and everything, and they tangle so bad.
Yep. So that's what a lot of that's what I started with. So anybody that has some of my first few pieces, it's Heyday. I quickly ran into issues with they're out of. If you've ever been on Heyday's website, they're out of stock all the
A
time.
lot of
Yeah.
stuff very often.
That's
So,
why I was gonna ask you too. Is are you gonna start trying to do
Decoy riggings.
decoy riggings?
yeah, I've thought about it. I early off in this business, I got pretty close to a buddy, a new friend, I should say, that he owns Lakeshore Decoy Rigs here in Wisconsin as well. I've been kind of sending anybody that reaches out to me about that over to him.
Gotcha.
I feel like I don't hunt divers or anything. A lot of guys reached out right away and wanted to do, me to build diver, rigs and stuff. And when I started, I didn't have to, I could buy 150 foot of cable and that lasts me a while after I got through the test phase. But you're going to burn through a pile of cable if you're, building rigs all the time. So
Yeah.
I think I'll, just for my own sake, I'll probably just keep sending people his way. I kind of like doing the one-offs and, building this other gear. I've got passion in that. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know I ordered that Heyday rigging whenever we ordered our Heyday rigging or decoys last year. And I told Blake, I said, one thing that I do enjoy about this is I went outside and I measured my waders. Said after my debacle a couple years ago, losing decoys and then I walked into the water, deeper than what my waders were because I had 6 foot
Oh, yeah.
riggings. I was like, I'm not having riggings that go above what my waders can reach.
yeah.
So
Yep.
it came out to
exactly.
like I think it was like 46 or 47 inches or something like that. I made all my readings. I was like, that's a weird number, but it works for me.
Yep. Yeah, that's all right.
Well, you got anything else outside of the bio thing that you got kind of excited about that's in the works or anything like that?
No, I think I was really just excited about the biothane. It's something I've been looking forward to for quite some time. You know, that tree strap I think is something you guys are going to see pretty soon. Once I get all my tooling figured out and figure out how to punch these larger holes and that. So, yeah. Beyond that, I think I'm just going to make the gear I have better.
Yeah. What's your turnaround time looking like with that biothane? Has it changed up quite a bit? Added a lot of time to it, or are you still pretty chugging along a pretty good pace with it?
I'll still get it out probably within 48 hours of you placing an order. That's kind of my own personal cutoff time, unless I'm out of stock of something. If you place an order and I'm out of stock, I'll shoot you an email or give you the website Shopify will ask for your phone number. If you put that in, I'll shoot you a text and just I'll be upfront. If you want a different color, if you want to switch it up, we can. If you want to cancel your order, that's on you. It's up to you. But
yeah,
I'll do my
I wasn't
best
sure
to
if
get it
with
out
the
right.
biothane, if that was if that added quite a bit of turnaround time on your end, working with the
Yeah.
new material.
No, I've been spending most of my nights figuring out what I need to do. So I can get it out pretty quick.
Awesome.
Yep.
Have you got any big plans or anything moving forward to kind of promote or expand any in the future, near future?
I just got on. I've been playing with TikTok a little more on the Shopify or on the TikTok shop. Sorry. Just getting my name out there. I've been working with Cody from Triple V. He's been
Yeah.
awesome.
He's an awesome guy.
Yeah. Anything I can do to get my name out there and get kind of known. Like I said, there's a lot of people that make a lot of good gear out there. I'm not knocking. I don't think mine's, more superior than anybody else's. I think there's a lot of good gear out there. So I'm here to compete and do my part and just try to be as honest as I can and build a solid product.
That's great. Glad to hear that.
Awesome.
You want to try to do any trade shows or anything? I don't know if y'all have much of that up in your area.
Yeah, we have a big one up in Oshkosh. It's probably like an hour from me, hour and a half, and Relentless Game Calls linked up with me pretty quick after I launched the company. They ordered a lanyard probably like 5 days in after I just threw a big Facebook post out and said, "Hey, I'm making gear," and they knew somebody that was a friend and shared it, and we connected. And I think they've got some real good experience with trade shows, and they do a lot of good work. So they're going to let me, or at least it sounds like at this point, they're going to let me tag along and split a booth with them and see where that goes. So
Oh, that'll be great.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that,
that's what-
is that over the summer or when do y'all hold that?
It's the weekend before our teal season, so it's like one of the last weekends in August. So I've never even been to it because I'm always preparing for duck season. So yeah, I've heard it's nothing but pure chaos, and I should probably already start building for it. So I'm excited.
I'd love
for
to
it.
be able to go to a waterfowl specific. I've never been able to go. We don't have anything like that around here. I mean,
Really?
the closest thing we have is a DU dinner and raffle at
Yeah.
the Texas Tech one at Lubbock, and that's 3.5 hours away from me. So,
Oh wow.
I mean, there's one local small little dinner raffle that they do here, but I've missed it the last 2 times I've been out of town, so I haven't been able to make it. But I think it's kind of small. But the only thing close to anything big is a DU dinner down
Sure.
at Lubbock, and then they had the national one at Oklahoma City, and that's it's about the same, about 3.5, 4 hours for me.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's a hike.
yeah, it'd be nice to be able to. I'd love to here in the future get to some expos and get to kind of make some contact with people and get to see what everyone has other than just what scrolls across your feed. That's seems about the best way
right.
that everyone gets their info, but I know there's a lot of stuff out there you miss that if you don't get your eyes and hands on it,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I have so much fun meeting all these people, and I've met people out of state, obviously, and it's just so cool to even just talk different styles of hunting. I'm used to a marsh 10 minutes down the road, so it's cool to see these different things. So
Yeah. So with Cody, and you're talking, and what was there? Relentless?
Yeah, Relentless Game Calls.
Okay.
Yep, they're here in
You've been able to
Wisconsin
make
as well.
any other connections with some other companies or other hunters or businessmen?
Yeah, Lakeshore Decoy Rigs, like I had mentioned,
Oh,
he's up in
yes.
Waldo, kind of close to Oshkosh there. He does specifically just decoy rigs as of now that I'm aware of, but real genuine dude. And then Ryan from Big River Ammunition, he's been beyond supportive. I can't even. He's connected me with so many people. I will shoot nothing but his ammunition at this point. I bought 2 cases of Black Cloud before last season for me and my buddies to shoot through, and we had a terrible year. So I'll probably just sit on that ammo because I'm gonna buy some cases from him. So
Yeah.
he's a great dude.
Yeah, it was awesome getting to talk to him. I'm really looking
Yeah.
forward to getting to shoot it.
Yeah, he's so funny and just such a genuine person. And I'm real selective and careful, of who I kind of keep around me as far as, I want ethical people, and I don't want to ever be in a weird situation out in the field. And, he's a real good dude. So
I'm
we have
glad to
some
hear
local
that.
guys, Shoddy Gear. I'm sure you've seen his stuff.
Yeah, we use his stuff. We've been using his bags for a couple years now since he started.
Yeah, he's pretty close to me. He's probably like an hour from me, and he's been super cool. He's just seen some of these guys come and the willingness to help other people. He has no reason to help me. He doesn't need to. He's doing just fine. But he does. We spend hours talking strategy and all that fun stuff. So it's so
That's
cool.
great. Yeah, I think that's one of my biggest hindrances is the area that I'm at is I don't have anyone to hunt with, and I've tried to kind of branch out, but man, it's the people, the quality of people that I've kind of met and run into. I'm like, yeah, it's just not really my cup of tea, and I don't want to get in with a bad group of people,
Yep. Yeah, you can be in a real bad situation really quick. So, it's I've created this cool little group that I've made friends with this past season, and or even longer, I guess. But it's been real fun.
Geographically, are you close enough to these guys that you'll be able to like hunt together and kind of get together on some of that stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, and obviously, I think I forgot to mention the Relentless Game Calls. Obviously we kind of hooked up on some hunts, and man, they stopped at my house to drop some calls off one day, and I was like an hour later sharing pins with them on Onyx of go ask this guy for property, and I just wouldn't do that normally. Those are sacred, but
Oh yeah,
you kind of just know good people when you see good people, and
I totally
can't say enough
agree.
good things about those guys. But yeah, we've they've kind of branched out and let me tag along on some hunts, and I've got to hunt new areas that I would have never even thought of or had access to go to, and starting out not long ago, and really staying out of my comfort zone has been big. Making some of these friendships that I wouldn't ever have. I wouldn't have had those things if I hadn't stayed out of this comfort zone of mine. So
That's great. Yeah, it's I guess we kind of all got into this industry a little bit at the same time because we started around September. I think August. Was it August when
Yeah.
we started this?
I think so. Yeah.
I think we launched in first weekend of September. And
Okay.
man, it's crazy how fast we've like made connections with just awesome people like
Yeah,
yourself,
it's-
Cody, Ryan,
Mhm.
Tyler, all these different guys. Like it has been like just great how welcoming and how
Yeah.
helpful and everything everyone is so far. That's probably been one of my favorite things about this. We just mostly did this because, as we've said before, me and Blake are going to do this anyways. We're gonna,
Yeah.
we've been best friends for 33 years, and then we
So
talk
cool.
on the phone and everything, 2 or 3 times a week,
Yeah.
on the low end, and we're gonna talk duck hunting and deer hunting and
Yeah.
everything else. It's our passion. And
Yep.
I was like, man, let's just do it. We've been talking about it,
Yeah,
toying with the
do it.
idea for 2 years, and we're not looking at making it. We're not going to be famous overnight or anything like that, or be making money off this.
Yeah.
But man, it's just been great, just the networking that we've experienced so
Yep.
far.
Yeah, you get the random like, "Hey, I loved it," or you guys are killing it. And I've had other companies that are like kind of like Tagged and Bagged. I don't know if you've heard of them. I've seen them.
I've
all
actually
over.
talked to them. Yeah, I've been trying to their schedule. At the time when I first talked to him, I was like, "Hey, let's get you on." He's like, "Yeah, I'm kind of busy right now," but man,
Mhm.
he is just like super nice. I don't know
Yeah.
how, but I randomly got him added on me on Snapchat. He's like,
Oh,
"Yeah,
sure.
this is." I was like, "Oh, I was literally just talking to you yesterday on Instagram."
Yeah. He just reached out of the blue. He's like, "Hey, another Wisconsin company. You're kicking ass." So
Yeah, because he's got
made my day.
another company.
Oh, does he? I didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
I'm trying to think. I don't remember what it is now. It's Tagged and Bagged, and he's got another small little company that he does, and maybe it might just be social media. I don't remember for sure now. Don't get me lying
Okay.
on here, but yeah.
Yeah. It's been so fun meeting everybody. It's I feel like I annoyed everybody I talked to about waterfowl hunting, and I could talk about it all day. And now that I've got this tight group of between Relentless and Big River, and some people he's connected me with that guide and stuff, I can grab my phone any time of day and talk duck hunting. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
living the
great.
dream. I really am.
Yes, sir. Well, usually I go into have you plug your socials and all that stuff. So I'll just have you jump into that. I know you and me kind of talked about it. Sometimes it's hard for me to remember what we talked about before we started
Yeah, I
recording.
get it.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, plug all that. Let us know where we can find all your stuff, where you're located, what you're working on. Go ahead with all that.
Yeah. You're gonna find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I make cheesy videos on TikTok all the time. So if you want to hop in there, I try to go live as much as I can. And then Shopify, TFSCableworks.com. If you don't see something you like, feel free to email me. You probably find my number on the internet. I'm not too hard to find, but I'm not going to put that out there right here. But
Understandable.
just reach out to me. Yeah, I'll make anything you want. I've made some stuff that has nothing to do with waterfowl hunting out of the gear, and I'll do it. So yeah, it's been real fun. And TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, about it.
And it's TFS Cableworks on everything?
Yep, TFS Cableworks on everything. I'll send you a love letter if you buy something from me. I try to put a letter in every one of my orders and a sticker. That's the best part about shopping small business, I think, is that personalized touch to it. So
Yeah.
I got to ask on the purple, have you had many people order purple?
not yet. Big River, I'm going to throw him under the bus. He's been ordering a lot of pink. But he had a good
Yeah, we actually
explanation.
talked about that the other day. He's like, man, he's like, no one's taking the pink.
Yeah, he's been ordering it. He likes it. I mean, his logic behind it makes sense, but the purple's hard to take a picture of. It almost shows up blue.
Yeah, you were telling me that the other day, and then
know?
Blake sent me. He's like, it
Yeah.
really does look blue in the picture. He's
It's
like, I promise
tough.
it's purple because he's got it now. I haven't got my hands on it yet. And I was like, I've always liked purple because you don't see anyone else like purple, the neon orange and green. Like whenever I was big into bow hunting, all my stuff was orange and green custom stuff that I did. And I was like, you never see anyone else with that kind of stuff. And so that's always like kind of be off the wall, maybe stand out a little bit so I can be like, that's mine, not yours.
Yep, exactly. And that's kind of where I'm going with my gear. So I make the kill switch lanyards and stuff too, and I've made them in every color on my boat. I've got it in orange, and I just made a red one the other day, and I was like, well, duh, they're red, the ones you come back, and it looked really good. I'm like, this is awesome, so I'll make anything. If there's anybody's got ideas, I'll usually cut you a deal. If you find me an idea, I'll cut you a deal, and you can be the test dummy. And once I get it dialed in after that, I'll start selling them. But that tree strap is been burned in the back of my brain right now. So
Yeah.
you'll see it shortly. But
Between Blake and Cody, those guys got enough trees. You could probably bounce some ideas off them.
yeah, man, the
we
stuff
have
I've
a lot
sent
of
Cody,
trees.
just try this, man, and tell me what you think. Longer, shorter, different. But he's a great guy. Great connections that we've all made. So
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, man, is there anything else you wanted to cover? I've kept you on here a little over an hour now. I don't want to keep you too long.
yeah, you're good. No, I think that's it, man. I think hopefully you guys will have me on again in a little while, and I'll have some more cool gear to show you. So and I
Oh, yeah.
appreciate you guys.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate you guys letting me hop on and ramble about making waterfowl gear. So
Oh, like I said, we were going to do this anyways. We just figured we start recording it, so we're always happy to do
yeah,
it.
yep.
Well, like I said, I really appreciate you jumping on. I'm so ready to get my hands on that stuff you sent us and try it out.
Yeah. Yeah,
So.
if you need anything else or need any changes to it, let me know. I'll send it right out the door for you. So
Yes, sir. Well, thank y'all for listening to another episode. We will catch y'all next week.